at the table with the Cokes, please finish those and then make your way to the seats in the front. Thank you so much. I love all the sodas on the table. Please finish those. Make sure to recycle your cans and make your way to the seats in the front. Carl, how you doing? Everyone say hello to Carl. Carl, make your way to the seats in the front. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. Once you have checked in, let's make our way to the seats in the front. Thank you so much. Hey, Don, make sure you get those seats in the front. All right. Thank you so much. I love the mass exodus. Let's all walk together. Thank you, thank you. We'll get started in about 2 minutes. Once the seats in the front are full, we do have a few extra chairs here that we can grab and add to these seats in the front. So if you cannot find one, we can grab an extra chair. But I still see lots of empty seats. Don't be afraid. The front row does not bite. Oh, yes, we see some parents, some partners. Very excited to have you all with us today to see the culmination of the work these wonderful interns and fellows have been doing all summer. Thank you, everyone.
All right, we're getting started. How everyone doing today? Woo, good morning. I can't hear y'all. Good morning. All right. Let me do it one more time. Let me see if y'all woke. Because I seen y'all over in the coffee line, so I know y'all getting woke and stuff like that this morning, so let me see if y'all ready. Good morning, OFA. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that. Hopefully y'all will be woke by the end of the program. So again, my name is Kamisha James, and I'm the Opportunities for All Intern Coordinator, and I'm so excited to be here today. Give all yourselves a round of applause for making it this far. Y'all have to give yourself more love than that, because y'all did these projects, worked very hard on them, did it cohesively, in a group, in your cohorts, and sometimes that can be a lot. So please give yourself another round of applause like you mean it. Yes, indeed. Congratulations for making it here. We are now wrapping up the OFA summer program, Opportunities for All. Again, I am so excited to be here. we're going to kick off the program, okay? So I'm not going to hold you too much longer, but I just want to say how amazing you all are, okay? We had a lot of placements this year. And even though I'm just coming in, I've seen the stats from prior years. And this year, I mean, coming back from, being in person and getting wages now opposed to just stipends and getting placed at your internships and working in person. And some of you did hybrid and virtual. So, you have to shout yourself out for that as well, because sometimes that's not easy. That is not easy. Trust me, we know, okay? But you all did it. You all crossed the finish line. Yes. And I made it my mission, along with other OFA staff and HRC staff and other community partners that we work with, to come in, check in, and make sure that everything was going the way it should be going, that you all was working on these projects. And let me tell you something, I am so impressed of what you all have came up with, okay? So I'm going to stop talking now, and because I want to see these projects. I want to see the finished product, all right? I'm excited for that, all right? So I'm going to turn it over to our MC for today, which is Nicole Elmore. Give her a round of applause. Y'all all know Nicole, been working really hard with y'all. All right, show her some love. All right, so I'm gonna turn it over to her, but I just wanna say congratulations and know that the future is yours. All right, thank you all. Here you go.
Hello. Good morning. How are we doing today? Pretty good? All right, let me hear. How's this side doing? Let me get a woo if you're doing good, and a boo if no, everybody's going woo, so let me get a woo over here. Let me see. Let's do a temperature check. That's it? What? You're here? We're on the last day. You're presenting. Let me get a woo over here. All right, this side. Okay. This side. How you feeling? If you're feeling good, you happy to be here, you're proud of yourselves as interns and fellows for making it through this summer, let me hear a woo over here. Okay, I think the only person woo was Serenity. So, let me hear again. If you're happy to be here, you're excited, let me get a woo over here. All right, OFA staff is happy. We got a woo from over here. All right, so I'm Nicole Elmore. I work with the Human Rights Commission. I'm the Pathway and Pipeline Coordinator, and I will be here with you all today, guiding you through this final presentation. So as Kamisha mentioned, we really just want to give you a lot of gratitude and love for participating in Opportunities for All and making it here to our final presentation. We are so thrilled to be here and so proud of all the work that you all put in. So, we'll be starting with our first group of presenters. And so, presenters, I'm going to give some instructions to you. I want you all, if you're called upon in this first group, to go ahead and line up on this side. If you look to this wall, we got a 14 and a 15. You can line up over here so we can have you all ready to present. So, for our first group, we have the criminal justice cohort. Woo! Yeah, we also have the local governance cohort. Yeah, and we have the mindset and motivational wellness cohort. Yeah. And then we have in the back, Code Tenderloin. We have you in this first group, so you all will be presenting. So let me hear it for Code Tenderloin. All right, and then last but not least in our first group, we have the general health cohort. Let me hear it for general health. All right, so excited. All right, so we're gonna attentively listen and get a presentation and see what these cohorts either did in an overview or the project that they were able to create. All right, Alana is given a criminal justice. She's given some love, some thumbs up, so we're ready for criminal justice to get started. All right, you all? We're good? We're ready? All right.
Oh, Nicole, quick question. Do we also stay up here?
All right, hi everybody. My name is Ryan.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie and we're the Criminal Justice Fellows and here are some of our interns.
So over the summer, we learned about criminal justice, obviously. More specifically, some of the current issues that our society is facing, like mass incarceration, like immigration, and issues of racial disparities. And we also had a guest speaker series from our partner organization, the Public Defender's Office.
And we want to thank the San Francisco Public Defender's Office for providing their support and resources. And I want to give a shout out to Jacob Wilson and Kathy Asada for being our mentors.
And for our final project, we did a mock trial regarding the Zodiac Killer case, and we're going to play that on the video screen for you guys. So we hope you enjoy. The Court of the Second Judicial Circuit Criminal Justice is now in session. Everyone may be seated. Today's case is the case of the Zodiac Killer, who is charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder.
Today we will be presenting you with the case regarding Arthur Leigh Allen and his connections to multiple killings of the infamous Zodiac Killer. After presenting this case, we would like you, the jury, to find Arthur Leigh Allen without a doubt guilty.
Present to you a case about Arthur Leigh Allen. He has been falsely accused as a Zodiac Killer of a series of murders. We, the defense, will be providing facts and information that we have identified and prove the innocence of him.
Michael Magoo, can you please make a pass at the shooter itself before reapproaching your car?
Car was following us from the direction of Spring Road and Vallejo. The car followed us into an empty parking lot and parked to our left, and then left for a few minutes and came back 5 minutes later and parked right behind us before he started to shoot us.
Did you see the face of the Zodiac Killer?
I saw a glimpse of his face, yes.
My name is David Jorrell and I am a decoded and handwriting expert.
How were you involved in this case?
I confirmed that ciphers and letters from the Zodiac Killer.
How sure are you that the Zodiac Killer is the one who sent you those letters?
I'm sure that the Zodiac Killer sent these letters due to the fact that a letter and a cipher would be sent together.
As an expert witness, in your opinion, did the handwriting from either Arthur Leigh Allen's hand match the Zodiac Killer?
I can conclude that there was no correlation.
Nancy Slover, I'm a Vallejo police dispatcher.
What happened the night of July 5th, 1969?
I answered the call the night of the killing at Blue Rock Springs Park. I got the call early morning from the Zodiac Killer confessing to the murder and told crucial pieces of evidence that only the killer would know.
Does Arthur Leigh Allen's voice sound like that of the Zodiac Killer?
No, the voice of the Zodiac was more slow and mature sounding, while Arthur's voice sounded more high-pitched.
When you heard his voice, was there anything strange?
It sounded very monotone and rehearsed. He was talking very slow and paused between every sentence.
Do you think it's feasible for the killer to alter their voice over a phone?
Yes, I do believe that the killer could have changed how his voice sounded like by talking deeper when he was on that call.
So today we presented you a case regarding Arthur Lee Allen and his connections to multiple killings of the infamous Zodiac Killer. And now is the time for you to make the heavy burden decision. We would like to ask you, the jury, to find Arthur Lee Allen guilty.
Today, the prosecution has the burden of proof, but they have failed to prove it. Much of the prosecution's evidence is based on speculation and circumstantial evidence. They have not shown beyond a reasonable doubt that Arthur Lee Allen has a connection to the infamous Zodiac Killer.
The jury found Arthur Lee Allen not guilty of 5 counts of first-degree murder.
Court is adjourned.
Should I say thank you for your time? All right. That was our presentation. Thank you.
Is it on? Hello? Hello? All right, and now we're welcoming to the stage the local governance cohort. Let's get a round of applause for local governance. Great job, criminal justice. We were so thrilled to watch your mock presentation or your mock trial. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hi, we're the CSI local governance cohort. This summer, we decided to focus on the ongoing fentanyl crisis occurring in San Francisco. Even though this is an apparent issue, we found that all of us were uninformed about the severity of this crisis. Due to this lack of knowledge, we took it upon ourselves to focus on, research, learn more about, and come up with possible solutions to help mitigate this crisis. The more we searched, the more we found how severe this issue really was.
We spent our time here researching fentanyl abuse and how we can create viable options for reducing the amount of consumption and distribution of the drug. To achieve these goals, we built a website and wrote letters to our Board of Supervisors to address and raise awareness to fentanyl abuse in our communities and recommended some policies that the SF government could implement to fix the issue.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid and is 50 to 100 times more potent than military-grade morphine. It was initially used to treat severe pain from surgery or cancer and can be taken through numerous methods like shots, powder, nasal spray, or tablet. Its effects include euphoria, confusion, drowsiness, nausea, urinary retention, pupillary constriction, respiratory depression, constipation, mood swings, and unconsciousness.
In the first 5 months of 2023, 346 accidental overdoses occurred, which is a 40% increase compared to the same time frame last year. Nearly 80% of these overdoses are due to fentanyl, and San Francisco is poised to surpass the numbers of deaths by overdose of the past 3 years. Just 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be deadly, and people have overdosed on fentanyl expecting to use cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine.
Fentanyl overdoses have disproportionately occurred in single-room occupancies, also known as SROs. SROs are rooms in city-fund hotels or apartment buildings that house many homeless and low-income residents. Multiple public health violations have been reported by residents of SROs, yet improvement ranges from slow to non-existent. Narcan, which is used to treat opioid overdoses, has not been widely distributed throughout SROs. There are not enough resources and support provided to the people most vulnerable to fentanyl abuse. San Francisco must address both these ongoing issues by providing better funding, support, and structure for existing SROs.
San Francisco has spent a lot of money and has made multiple attempts to try to prevent fentanyl use. However, these attempts have not been very effective. Some solutions we would like to put forward are making health and rehabilitation resources more accessible and punishing shoplifting more. We think if more people were punished for shoplifting, fewer people would be able to fund future drug purchases. Making mental health and rehabilitation facilities known and accessible to a larger percentage of the population can allow people to get the help they need. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you, local governance. Amazing job. Thank you for informing us about the opioid crisis happening here in San Francisco, as well as giving us some resources and tools to help combat the opioid crisis. And now we're going to bring up the mindset and motivational wellness cohort. Give them a round of applause.
Hello? Okay. Hello and welcome to our presentation about our cohort CSI, Mindset and Motivational Wellness. My name is William and presenting with me is Fiona, Flora, and Ava. Along with 13 other interns, we focused on learning about and changing the lives around us with motivation, wellness, and well-being. We learned about the different forms of motivation and how each person uses them differently, and we also learned about how important mindset is and how important it is to self-reflect.
This slide is displaying the many workshops we did throughout this internship. The first workshop we did was a SMART workshop, and SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-sensitive. And this workshop taught us about how we can use SMART goals and create them to get positive results.
Our cohort designed a website, and the purpose of that website was to inform the general public of well-being and motivation, how social media affects it, and how it differs between generations. The statistics describe teenage social media usage, and it comes from the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. As you can see, 90% of teens aged 13 to 17 have used social media. 75% are active on at least one social media platform, and 51% visit a social media site daily. Our interviewers conducted interviews that answer the question of how do you motivate yourself, what is your source of motivation, and how do you deal with low or no motivation. From these interviews, we've learned that motivation drives people to complete tasks. By having an end goal or a reward, people are more likely to be motivated to do those tasks.
Throughout the last couple of weeks, me and the other interns have developed a website about our cohort motivation and wellness. And specifically, our website is about social media and its effects on wellness. We explored how different generations interact with social media and how it affects them. And some of the aspects we looked into were the benefits, dangers, and the addiction of social media. We also provided resources for people who may be struggling due to social media.
Social media is fine in moderation, but horrible in excessive usage. This means that it's not harmful to use social media every so often, but if you're using it consistently every day, you'll start to notice the harmful effects on who you are and who you'll become. High-level performance is fueled by motivated and healthy individuals. This showcases that in order to see high levels of success and achievements, you have to put the right intentions and actions to see that success. Mindset, motivation, and wellness are connected to each other and can benefit one another if the right time, effort, and energy is put into it. And these are our bibliography resources.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we're welcoming Code Tenderloin. Round of applause for Code Tenderloin.
Okay. Hi everyone, we're Code Tenderloin, and my name is Vida, and I have my fellow here.
I'm Elvin, and that is Jorge walking up right there. Jorge, get up here. You are a fellow of Code Tenderloin. Yeah, that's Jorge. That is one of our fellows as well.
And we also have our fellow Alexa, but she isn't here due to a trip.
To Japan.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. We have two cohorts. We do web development. We have a web development cohort and a AI robotics cohort. And so first up, we have the robotics cohort presenting their projects. So first off, we have Nathan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nathan Lau. I am an intern of Code Tenderloin's AI robotics program. Today, I will talk about how I have improved in my knowledge about robotics in this learning experience at Opportunities for All. First, I would like to show one of the projects I've done in this class. The purpose of this project was to teach a robot how to avoid obstacles by providing it artificial intelligence through a series of programming and instruction. The objective was to get the robot to detect obstacles in its way and turn away to avoid collision. This is the video of it performing the action.
Tell me when it's finished playing. It's finished.
Okay, then this is the code that I used to this is the code that I used to code the robot. So the robot would move forward and flash a green light, which indicates that there's no obstacle in its way. When it detects an object 10 centimeters away from the front of itself, it will stop and shine a red light, indicating that there's an obstacle in its way. It would turn right about 90 degrees and move away and continue this action over and over again. So this is just one of the many things I've learned throughout this experience in this class. I have learned much more from all the professional speakers coming to our classes every day and teaching us about the functions of different robots and how they work in the real world. I would like to thank those who gave me this opportunity to learn so much that can help me in future careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. All right. Next up, we have Juliet.
Hi, I'm Juliet. I was also in the AI robotics program this summer, and this is my project on object avoidance. I coded the robot. The video should play.
Someone in the audience give us a signal when it's finished.
Okay. And then this is the code I wrote for that. Basically, the robot has a sensor. It works a bit like echolocation, and it is being programmed to check if there is an object within 10 centimeters of it. And if there is no object detected, it will move forward. And if there is an object detected, it will turn right a little bit. And then that's set to loop forever, so it will always drive around, avoiding objects, avoiding crashing until you turn the robot off or cut the video, as was shown. This program overall was really helpful. It was very informative. There were so many questions I had going in, and it really answered all of those questions and taught me so much more that I had never thought about, such as the ethics of robotics and how complex that debate is, and also the amount of different jobs that are available in the industry, which I didn't think about. I don't consider myself strictly a coder or strictly an engineer, but there's so many different things you can do, and I thought that was really interesting and really applicable to me. And the second part of the program was the soft skills, and I really feel like I learned so much about communication and time management and goal setting that will really help me in my future. So, thank you.
Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Good?
All right, so first of all, thank you, Elvin and Vita, for introducing me. My name is Jorge. I'm also one of the fellows here at Co-Tenderloin. And so for my cohort session, instead of AI robotics, it was web development. And so, as you know, in web development, you guys can create websites and other unique applications in the real life world. So like Spotify, your musical apps, your gaming apps, all that is done through web development. And so for the 3 interns that I have here, they will display their presentation of what they did throughout the summer and the lessons that they've applied throughout the internship program. And so who I would like to introduce first is Elia Schuster. And Elia, if you could just provide us explanation of what Co-Tenderloin is, and you can walk on the side right there and provide your website, okay? Everybody give a round of applause to Elia, okay? Thank you.
Hello? There you go. Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Ilya Schuster. I'm from Co-Tenderloin. Today I'm going to be showing off my Uzbekistan travel website. But first, I want to talk about a little bit about Co-Tenderloin. So like my fellow Jorge mentioned, it's basically a web development program. And throughout the course of the internship, I was able to learn HTML and CSS skills. And that culminated in me being able to build this website. And I was really grateful for that because in the future, I actually want to do some sort of career in technology. I'm not sure. That could be like biotech or engineering. I'm not quite sure yet, but Co-Tenderloin's been a really great way for me to get a foundation in those kind of skills. In addition to building up those coding skills, I was also able to meet a really great community. You know, my fellows, my interns, they're all really supportive and helped me whenever I had questions. Everybody was very patient and helped me out. So in addition to learning these skills, I was also able to meet a great community that I'll be remembering for a long time. So without further ado, this is my Uzbekistan website. It's a travel website in which I talked about several different parts of Uzbekistan, which is a country in Central Asia. It's actually where my parents are from, and I've actually never been there, so I wanted to do this website as a way to learn more about my parents' country and learn more about my parents' culture. So as you can see on the homepage, this is Uzbekistan, country of cotton and the Silk Road. Here's a little bit of explanation about the flag. So if you can see on the top, the blue stripe of the flag signifies water, and is also indicative of Timur's ancient empire in Central Asia. Then the middle white stripe, it represents peace and moral purity. And then the bottom green stripe stands for Islam, life, nature, and fertility. Then in between the 3 main stripes, you might be able to see 2 tiny red stripes, and those indicate life force. Then you might also be able to see there's 12 white stars, and those 12 white stars indicate the 12 months of the year, as the zodiac calendar is really important to the Uzbek people. Then lastly, you might be able to see a crescent moon, and that crescent moon indicates the rebirth of Uzbekistan as an independent republic. Here I talk about 3 Uzbek dishes. The first one is called plov, and it's a rice dish that usually has a meat base like lamb or beef, and it also features vegetables like carrots and onions. It's typically made in a big cauldron that's called a kazan, and it's served at big family gatherings like we often have. The next dish is called shashlik, and it's like an Uzbek skewer dish, you know, similar meats like lamb, beef, chicken. You cook them on a skewer with different marinades, and it tastes really good, and those can be served at barbecues for different holidays. The last food is called mante. These are Uzbek steamed dumplings. They usually have a meat dish like lamb or beef, and then also you can add vegetable fillings like that made from pumpkin or potato, and you can also dip them with yogurt. Next, I talk about some of Uzbekistan's geography. On the map, Uzbekistan is located in Central Asia, and it's surrounded by countries like Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, those kinds of countries. Some of its big cities include Tashkent, its capital, of 3 million people, and Samarkand, of 1 million people. Looking at the topography, Uzbekistan is mostly a flat desert area in the west of the country, but then in the east of the country, there are also a lot of mountains that can go up to like 14,000 feet above sea level. And there are two main big rivers in Uzbekistan that are called the Amu Darya and the Sir Darya rivers. Here is a little bit about history about Uzbekistan. So somewhere from 55,000 to 70,000 years ago, the first people settled in Uzbekistan. Then somewhere in the first millennium BCE, Uzbekistan became very important in the Silk Road. Then in the 8th century, Islam started spreading. And then in the late 19th century, the Russian Empire started conquering the Uzbek territories. And then in the 1917, the Russian Revolution began, which led to a lot of instability in Uzbekistan, where revolts began. But eventually in 1924, Uzbekistan was integrated into the Soviet Union. But then just recently, in 1991, Uzbekistan was finally able to get its independence from Soviet Union. So yeah, that's pretty much my website. I hope you're able to learn something new about my parents' country. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilya.
All right, guys, so our next presenter is going to be Alex Wong. Alex Wong, can you present what you have done for your website and a little bit about yourself as well? Everybody give a round of applause to Alex Wong.
Hello. Wait, it doesn't work. Should I use someone else's? Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm part of Code Tenderloin's morning web development program. For the past 6 weeks, I've learned HTML and CSS and applied them to my website. The homepage is an interactive game in which you click on as many ducks as you can until you get bored. Every time you click a duck, the score goes up, and it also makes a quack sound. And the ducks move around in random. The ducks move around in random directions and hide behind the logo and shrubbery, making the game more challenging. The next page is an informational site about how to get and raise a pet duck. And I've also included 2 images of pet ducks to further convince people to buy one. And the last page is a duck petting simulator, so people can pet ducks anywhere and anytime to satisfy their duck petting needs. In addition to learning hard skills like HTML and CSS, I've also learned about soft skills and their importance. One thing that surprised me was how employers actually found soft skills to be more desirable than hard skills at certain times. Code Tenderloin has not only given me the tools to explore web development as a career path, but also the confidence as well. The fellows were super reliable and supportive, and they've helped me on all of my websites, not just this one. I loved my time here, and we'll probably come back again next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex Wong. Our final presenter is going to be Freddie Denosa Vasquez. And Vasquez, if you can go, on the side and explain your project and what Code Tenderloin means to you. So everybody give a round of applause to Freddie Vasquez.
Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Freddy Denilson Vasquez Belis from Code Tenderloin, and this is my project. The skills I did learn on Code Tenderloin were like HTML and CSS, and also some soft skills. Soft skills are like skills that we can use in life in order to be successful. Okay, so the first page I want to go is for programs for college. Okay, so my web page, my inspiration to do this was like, I'm actually in 12th grade, so I did want to create a web page that can help other students like to get some university resources. So in this case, I add like a program that I'm currently attending that is Mission Graduates. It's like you can get help for your next 4-year college. Okay, so as you can see here, I add like, in this case, I use the grid. It's something like you can use like to create, you have to create many divs in order like to make these shapes. Okay, so the next page I want to go is colleges info. Okay, so how you can see this page is used to provide you with some basic information about some universities. You can see here I have like Stanford University, and there is a table where you can see like the population they have, the location, acceptance rates, if the ACTs require minimum GPA, and I also have the link to go to their webpage. Right there you can see like I have more information, but this is for UCLA. The next one is UC Merced, and the last one is UC Berkeley. Okay, so the last page I did was the SAT. You can see here I add like some videos about some students that have already passed through the SAT test. Like they are talking and giving you tips about how to be successful during the test. And the next video is about the math section. How do you solve it, the best way to do it, and how to be more efficient. And the last thing, it's just about Khan Academy. It's something that has really helped me a lot right now with my math studies and history and other things. So far, this is my webpage, and I want to say that I feel really thankful to Code with Code Tenderloin because they have brought me the opportunity to explore like more work fields. Like for example, now I do have another idea of something else. Like if I want to do coding in the future, now I already have the basics, so this will facilitate my life and give me more opportunities. And I want to say thank you especially to I forget the name because I'm nervous, but she's right there actually right now because she was teaching us like very soft skills, like she was giving us tips like how to be successful in the work field. She was like explaining to us what skills do successful people do have, like for example what employers want. Like employers don't want like procrastinating people. Employers want people that are responsible with their work, that feel confident about what they do, and and that's it, I would say. And so far, thank you, Code Tenderloin, for this big opportunity.
Give a huge round of applause to Code Tenderloin. All right, so I'm gonna pass it on to Nicole, and thank you for our presentation.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So now we're bringing general health to the stage. And just a reminder and a note, let's be respectful to the fellows and the interns who have put together these presentations. So let's keep all of the side conversations to a minimum. Let's be respectful and attentive to the cohorts who are presenting. Thank you.
Hi, we are CSI General Health, and our mission is to spread awareness and inform a broader audience about healthier ways of living through social media posts. So first, I will be giving an overview about what we've learned. So through lectures, we were able to cover various different health topics like physiology and sociological impacts on health disparities, as well as other miscellaneous topics like viruses, meal planning, and mental health. We were also able to cover potential careers under each topic, and through discussions around health controversies, we were able to apply critical thinking to real-world problems and consider different perspectives and arguments under each subject. And finally, through research presentations, we were able to develop public speaking skills and build confidence in sharing our own perspectives and thoughts.
And as for contribution to our personal and professional growth, we gained exposure to the health field since many of us had little to no knowledge or exposure or experience in it. We also gained interest in specific careers through research projects and lectures in our cohort. In the research projects, we each would pick a career that we were interested in or a recent health event and share it with everyone else. And lastly, from the mentor series, we learned about the challenges and benefits of working within the field of health.
In our time in the cohort, each of us were split into groups where we researched a variety of different health topics, ranging from viruses, cystic fibrosis, and eye health, all the way to mental health, dermatology, and pediatrics. The end result of our work is a social media graphic that will be posted to Instagram. Through this project, we all learned a lot about the individual topics we researched, as well as just health in general. Overall, it was extremely insightful, and we all gained a lot of experience with research and teamwork.
Working in a team allowed us to simultaneously improve our communication skills and connect with colleagues from different schools, experiences, backgrounds, and views. Participating in open discussions allowed us to access different perspectives and reflect on our own opinions. We came together in groups, combining our ideas to create a better final project that reaches a broader audience.
In terms of career development, this internship expanded our views on possible careers in the healthcare field. We learned about various pathways to careers in psychology, neurology, cardiology, and more. It allowed us to develop our research, communication, and collaborative skills through group discussions and projects. Finally, through the mentor series, where we were able to engage with various professionals in the healthcare field, we were able to build a network of people with mentors, peers, and people interested in the healthcare field. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we'll be introducing our second cohort grouping of presentation. And so first we'll have the SF Public Health Policy and Initiative cohort. And if I can have the San Francisco Police Department cohort line up to the side, the Community Development cohort line up to the side, the Young Defenders cohort line up to the side, and last but not least, the Environmental Justice and Sustainable Infrastructure cohort. All right, you all still with me? We still good, doing good? No, not at all? Let me get a round of applause if you're still with me and we're still doing good. All right. So we're going to pass it to the San Francisco Public Health Policy and Initiatives cohort. Round of applause for them.
Pass it down.
Hi everyone, I'm Travis G.
And I'm Henry.
And we were the fellows for the Public Health Policy and Health Initiative cohort. So our project is a research article and it looks into the social determinants of health. So specifically how income can affect diet-related cancers. So throughout the program, our interns studied the biology of obesity and cancer, and they read some research papers and talked to healthcare professionals in order to get more information. And we also had some hands-on surveys, which allowed us to get more information on the social side of things. And following research, we discussed and designed policy solutions. And we brought all of our interns here, and they'll be sort of giving a quick presentation on our research.
Hi, we are the CSI Public Health cohort. Our studies included the social determinants of health and specifically how income can affect one's diet and how those diets can lead to potential health risks such as cancer and obesity.
Obesity is an overaccumulation of fat and a BMI over 30. Some things that may increase a risk of obesity are a lack of a nutritious diet,
and a lack of physical activity, health conditions, genetics, and high amounts of stress.
Obesity has been scientifically linked to certain cancers such as colorectal and esophageal cancer.
Cancer is defined as a disease of unregulated cell growth. This is due to mutations in suppressor genes and proto-oncogenes, which is associated with carcinogens in ultra-processed food, red meat, and alcohol.
The first diagram shows a benign and malignant tumor. Benign tumors don't spread, whereas malignant tumors grow rapidly while spreading to other organs.
The second diagram shows a healthy cell which can turn into a cancer cell, which can divide and can form a tumor.
Socioeconomic factors such as location, income, and housing may affect patients' access to high-quality cancer care. And out-of-pocket costs may also deny patients of fully utilizing screening and treatment resources.
We collected grocery store data by going to 3 different grocery stores and logging down specific foods' nutritional values onto a form.
Among the 3 grocery stores, we found that Whole Foods had the healthiest food. However, because the food was also the most expensive at Whole Foods, this may deny families with a low income to access healthy food.
For our survey, we asked 154 participants whether their income or location affected the foods they bought at grocery stores.
From the survey, we can conclude that income and location do affect on people's food choices.
The risk matrix we made was based off of income and the amount of grocery stores in each district of SF. The highest risk districts were the Tenderloin and Treasure Island.
The food choices individuals make are heavily influenced by their income and where they live. Based on our observations, we reached the understanding that unhealthy food options are readily available in lower income neighborhoods, increasing their health risks.
Some limitations of our research are that we didn't collect personal information on their health status, our responder demographic wasn't representative, we only cataloged 3 grocery stores, and carcinogenic effects can take many years before being detected.
Some solutions we developed are healthcare policy, specifically in immunotherapy, and nutritional policy, specifically in schools, to aid lower income communities.
All right, and in this binder, we have our research, the menu we designed, and the cancer immunotherapy research we conducted. Thank you.
SF Public Health Policy and Initiatives Cohort. Thank you so much. And now we're going to bring up the SFPD cohort.
Good morning to all. I'm Kenta. I'm going to be a rising junior at Sacred Heart Cathedral. I was in the CSI SFPD cohort, and we decided to do our presentation work on recruitment into the San Francisco Police Department. We were tasked to do research on the following topics here: training and background, policy and procedure, vehicle break-ins, narcotics, and advertisements and incentives. I'll now pass it on to Amir.
My name is Amir. I'm in 9th grade, and my group worked on training and background. We learned that SFPD conducts a comprehensive background check for incoming officers. They go back 10 years of their past and personal history, as well as undergo psychological, physical, and oral testing before they are even put on a list to be pulled from to enter the academy. Once they are picked from the list, they then enter into an 8-month training academy where they learn policies and procedures, firearm training, driving training, and defensive tactics. After completing the academy, officers enter into the field training program where they are trained by a seasoned officer in the field for 16 weeks before getting put on probation for a year. We came up with several recommendations to entice individuals to join SFPD. If applicants are under 28 years old, the backgrounds department should only go back into their personal history until age 18. The FTO training should be increased to a total of 80 hours, and SFPD should also implement tasers. We believe making some of these changes can entice more recruitment into the department. I will now be handing it over to Star.
My name is Star, and I'm a rising sophomore at UCLA. And for the policy aspect, we conducted research on current SFPD's policy regarding bias in policing. We also interviewed police officers and community members. Talking to community members, we learned that they continue to see SFPD officers as untrustworthy, corrupt, overfunded, violent, and aggressive, which continues the notion on the distrust between community and officers. Community members believe police bias plays a huge role in their image that they see of the police. We came up with some policy changes to improve this SFPD regarding bias. Number one would be to conduct psychology bias tests every 6 months for all sworn-in police officers to help eliminate the bad apples in the department that creates this negative image of officers. Regarding budget, we recommend a more allocated budget towards the community engagement division. Allocating more funds to community engagement can be to host more community events, as well as support already occurring community events and host food pantries. We believe making some of these changes can rebuild our community and police relations, as well as attract new applicants to apply to SFPD. And I'm gonna pass it back on to Kenta.
Our division focused on car break-ins that are on a rise in San Francisco.
Many people.
Our research revealed that out of 2,432 reported car break-in incidents that have occurred between July 14th, 2022 to July 14th in 2023, we have also learned that out of 1,700 car break-ins, only 18 have been resolved. This has been on a continual rise of car break-ins due to the leniency of punishment if offenders are caught. We also learned that some of the higher risk car break-ins are North Beach area, Golden Gate Park, and downtown Tenderloin area. To address some of these issues, we believe that implementing a window tinting program, posting signage reminding people to take all items out of their vehicles, imposing decoy vehicles, and having more surveillance cameras in higher risk neighborhoods will help this situation. I will now pass it to Asia, who will talk more about narcotics.
Hello, my name is Asia, and I'm a senior. My group worked on the raising narcotics issue San Francisco is facing. We conducted interviews with officers as well as researched the open-hand drug dealing and narcotics epidemic San Francisco is currently undergoing. Fentanyl is the main drug choice that has created a public health crisis all over the country, more specifically San Francisco. If more officers joined the department, we believe it can help battle the narcotics crisis San Francisco suffers from. The decrease in officers has put a strain on the fight against the narcotics. There needs to be a change within the SFPD and policy to fight this issue. Now I'm going to pass it to Gavin.
Hi, my name is Gavin. I'll be attending CCSF in the fall. In order to address the low rate of officers, we came up with some recommended incentives. Implementing a home buying program for officers with a low interest rate in San Francisco, changing the retirement plan, lowering the years of service for benefits, and a home loan forgiveness plan similar to the one Stanford offers their staff. Some of our recommendations for advertisement are attending all community events in each district, being more active on all social media platforms, conducting more school visits for grades K to 12, and making sure all officers are positively interacting with community members at the events they attend. I will now be passing it to Cherie.
Hi, my name is Shirai. I go to USF. Due to short period of time, we have to cut our presentation short. So here's the listed summary of our recommendations, and we'll be showing the rest of our videos at our table, so please stop by to take a look. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. And now we're bringing up the community development cohort.
Hey, good afternoon, OFA. How's everybody doing? My name's Nico Bermond. I've been supervising the community development cohort. I've been doing this I've been working with community and CSI for about almost 10 years now. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the best summers I've ever had with my group. So shout out to my 45 youth and all of my fellows and senior fellows. Just want to give you guys a round of applause. So can you give my group a round of applause, please? Thank you. I want to give a special thanks to Dr. Cheryl Davis, who put all this together, Director Sarah Williams, Director Brittany Ford, and a big shout out to my director, James Spingola. I'm going to introduce Tanner, Lua, Carl, Matthew, and Lanai. Right now, they're going to do a quick presentation, but I also want to give a shout out to my whole group, the community development group. So hope you guys enjoy the video.
Good morning. My name is Lua Bowman, and this summer I had the amazing opportunity to be a fellow at Ella Hill Hutch. This summer has taught me the significance of youth development, building coalition with the youth, and leveraging activities that speak to all our gifts, talents, and treasures.
Hi, my name is Matthew Tran, and I'm an intern at Ella Hill Hutch Community Center. This summer, I've been given several opportunities to learn and grow from, like driver's ed and working weekly events, but what stuck out to me most was the mentor series. More specifically, the culinary and entrepreneurship panel, because not only did we hear about what the panelists created, but we were able to taste and experience what they devoted their lives to, which was really special and memorable to me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carl. I work at Ella Hill Hutch. This summer, I have an amazing summer opportunity to build the community with peers through gardening, mentor series, field day, open mic, and summer kickoff.
Hi, I'm Lanai Molina, and I'm a part of the community development cohort. This summer, I have had the opportunity to not only edit this documentary that you're going to be seeing, but also got to write the poetry that goes along with it. And I would like to give a shout out to the cohort, because without them, I wouldn't have the pictures to make the documentary. And to also shout out Sadiq and Zoe to help me make this documentary with them. So yeah.
I'm Tanner, fellow. I'm at Ella Hill. I just want to say how grateful I am to be. This is the best group of people that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. So shout out to every single one of my interns. We couldn't have done this without you. Shout out to my mentors, Nico and Brittany Ford. I couldn't have done this without them. Shout out to my coworker, Lua, who has literally been my go-to this whole summer. So y'all enjoy this documentary. They worked really, really hard this summer. This is just a look, like a quick look into everything that they've done, but this encapsulates everything and who they are, and like, we're a big family. We're more than just a cohort at Ella Hill. We're a family, everybody's intertwined. So thank you and enjoy.
"2023. It's the summer, starting a new generation of leaders and working together with peers. Non-stop. On the clock. Making our yard a better place for kids to come into a better space. From making the greenhouse to painting the fence. From watering plants to the fullest extent. We're changing it up a bit, adding more style, because your teams will come together and make it worth your while."
How did that hit with a leaf blower?
Summer Learning Day, our Wednesday, our day, to experience and thrive into new things, from STEM stations to popcorn machines, to slushie making. We're putting kids in the work of trying something new, not just for me, but for them too. Things can get chaotic, things can get crazy, but in the end, we're all one big family. So let's continue to make memories with these bright smiling faces. The negative energy can stay in other places. Because Wednesday is a special day. It's Summer Learning Day. Mentor Series. And what comes with these comes great opportunities. Listening to their stories and things they overcome. But a person's hard work is never done. They take their time to teach us skills we need to build so we can fulfill the people we want to become. So we take these skills and advice we have and we put it into this draft so we can perfect our craft. And I just laugh because I know my career is on a better path.
Thank you. And now to the stage, we're bringing the Young Defenders. Yeah, and then we have a special announcement. If you lost your phone, please come to the front and retrieve it. Again, if you lost your phone in the women's restroom, please come up here to me waving my hand to receive your phone. Again, if you lost your phone, come up here to receive it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hi everyone, my name is Aliana Hughes. I'm currently a rising junior at Howard University. And this summer, I had the amazing opportunity of being a co-fellow for the Young Defenders program. Unfortunately, my other co-fellow, Neha Saju, couldn't be here today, but without her help, we would not have accomplished all the work that we did this summer. So I just want to give her a shout out. This summer, in partnership with the San Francisco Public Defender's Office, the Young Defenders cohort had an enlightening and enriching summer, learning about the multifaceted and complex structure of the criminal justice system. Over the course of the summer, we had the opportunity to learn from 11 different guest speakers, ranging from different public defenders who all work in different units, a judge, and we even got to hear from an immigration investigator. We did socially relevant coursework that taught our students the importance of knowing their rights and exercising them properly. Lastly, we held a mock trial style debate where we highlighted 4 major injustices of the criminal justice system and disputed about their relevance to San Francisco and how to create viable solutions for these injustices. Today, we have some young defenders who will share anecdotes about their mock trial debate and experience.
Good morning, everyone. One takeaway I got from the Young Defenders program is I grew my knowledge about immigration court and its policies. When doing this debate, I wanted my argument to be well thought out and educating for my peer. So enriching my own knowledge of these topics was really important. And I'm so delighted to be more educated on immigration and the system surrounding it. This debate made me more aware of the issues that are going on in our judicial system, and I hope to continue to expand my knowledge of immigration court even after my internship at Opportunities for All is over.
Hello, everybody. My name's London, and I was also a part of the Young Defenders program. One of my biggest takeaways from our mock trial style debate, I was on the side of plea bargaining, and so I learned a lot about how the plea bargaining process affects the judicial system and how somebody goes through said system and the discrepancies and problems with it. I think one of the really important takeaways that we learned from these debates was not only to educate about what our side was about, but also acknowledge the fact that all of these were injustices, and so how to balance something that you're passionate about without diminishing or demeaning another aspect. That was really important. So we learned about immigration, plea bargaining, like drugs, all types of different injustices, and so how they affected the judicial system. And so, like I said, I was a part of the plea bargaining process and was able to educate my peers and fellow interns about the issues with how plea bargaining affects our judicial system. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Bradley G, and I'm part of the Young Defenders cohort. For the mock trial debate forum, our team focused on prioritizing the issue of homelessness with the notion of decriminalizing homelessness, not just locally, but nationwide as well. Criminalizing homelessness is defined as penalizing individuals who lack housing through policy. This is mostly commonly done through homelessness sweeps, confiscating their belongings while not offering alternate resources like shelter or housing. The extent of the issue of homelessness as a whole was proven through various sources, including data and statistics from city departments, quality journalism from local media outlets, and a statement from a community advocacy organization. The evidence showed the many root structural systemic causes of homelessness, including but not limited to affordable housing development, high cost of living, stagnant low wages, drug abuse, insufficient mental health services, and lack shelters, and red tape bureaucracy, which is essentially the housing development process and the different barriers from government agencies, city departments. This connects to the criminal justice as the practice of criminalizing homelessness only exacerbates these nuanced factors and contingencies that define one's homelessness. At the end of the day, they are more than just an inferior laying on the street. They're a fellow human being that has involuntarily fallen victim to this epidemic, which has unimaginable implications on their well-being. Thus, we need compassionate, pragmatic solutions that prevent homelessness altogether, as well as adequate short-term and long-term resources for those that are currently homeless to ultimately reintegrate them into society. The San Francisco Public Defender's Office looks to provide comprehensive and compassionate legal services in a humanizer.
So I'm going to do let's see, what is it? 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
This is mainly for the people in the back. Everybody in the back, stop, turn around and face the stage, please. Everybody in the back.
So stop talking, please. Turn around and face the stage.
So everybody needs to start walking up and if you're not sitting at a table, you need to be standing behind the people in the chairs. Nobody should be at the food table. Nobody should be grabbing bags. Everybody needs to be seated or standing behind the people sitting.
There should be no empty seats over here. So come over here and fill in these seats right now, please.
So folks in the back, adults in the back, can you help encourage the folks back there to move forward?
So walking towards the stage, not from the stage, towards the stage.
Thank you for being attentive. We appreciate it. I still see way too many people on the left-hand side. I don't know what's going on over there in the back. So let's give these folks a round of applause. They're doing some amazing stuff up here. Give them a round of, oh, thank you, whoever is like cheering. That's right. It's hard to get up here.
Can I just say, my community development cohort, don't make me call you out right now by your names. Dejan and Jalen, come over here and sit down, please. We're talking to you.
So we're not grabbing bags or anything right now. Right now we're listening. Danielle will start to pull people to kind of help expedite some other stuff, but right now, everybody should be paying attention. And when you do get to go around, you get to choose 2 items, not one of everything, because we got to make sure it's enough for everybody to get something. So thank you for letting me interrupt. Good job. Thank you. I'm enjoying your talk very much.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bradley.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. The Public Defender's Office looks to provide comprehensive and compassionate legal services in a humanizing manner to accused defendants who have allegedly violated the substantive law. This is ultimately to protect them from the systemic flaws in this criminal justice system. Through first-hand insight from speakers who work for the Public Defender's Office, documentaries, and lectures from our dedicated fellows, I've learned to become a more nuanced thinker of the various loopholes within our criminal justice system that have detrimentally impacted the accused, at times falsely accused. From the inequities of the plea bargain system, mass incarceration, plea trial detention, and the ongoing court backlog that has frequently disproportionately impacted people of color especially. This should set an urgency for every member of society in this country to be aware of their constitutional and entitled rights, just as how we were taught. I'm honored to be part of this experience that has propelled my endeavors in the field of law and civil engagement. I look forward to being part of the quantitative change, at least the qualitative change society. With that, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Morrow King. I'm part of Young Defenders, and I was a part of the team that advocated for homelessness in our mock trial. One thing I learned was about the housing wage, which is a method of seeing how much one would have to make in order to live in a certain city and how that relates back to living in San Francisco. And another takeaway I had was learning about yes in my backyard and not my backyard and how that relates to building affordable housing. And this is all important because due to the pandemic, the city has lost a vast amount of tax revenues, which has tightened the city's operating budget and by extension hurts the efforts to deal with the homelessness crisis. Thank you.
Yeah, just to close, I wanted to give a special shout out to all my interns. Oh, I loved working with you guys. I think we produced some great work and we talked a lot about just injustices in the system that don't get highlighted enough in mainstream media. And I think it's really important. We had a lot of students of color to understand their rights. And I wanted to give an additional shout out to the San Francisco Public Defender's Office, specifically Kathy Asada and Jaku Wilson. Without their help, this summer would not have been possible. And last but not least, a special shout out and appreciation to the OFA faculty and staff. 850 Bryant does not get really good Wi-Fi, so without the hotspots and cooperation from staff, we would not have been able to do all the work that we did this summer. So thank you all, and thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you, and we're now bringing up the Environmental Justice and Sustainable Infrastructure cohort.
Hi everyone, we are the CSI Environmental Justice and Sustainability Infrastructure cohort. My name is San and I'm going to be a senior at San Jose State University. I was one of the co-fellows alongside Kevin Lee this summer, and we have 3 of our interns here. And so this summer we had 3 goals. The first goal was to learn about environmental infrastructure, systems, and issues within our community. Second was to learn about possible career paths within this field. And then third was to develop professionalism and networking skills through working on the final project and interacting with people in the industry. So we had 5 speakers come talk to us this summer from companies like LinkedIn, Recology, SFPUC, and we also had our mentor, Drew Lehman, who was pivotal in the development of this program. And so for our final project, we had 5 groups focused on transportation, waste management, energy, DEI. So I'll let the interns introduce themselves and talk about their project.
Hi, my name is Fiona.
My name is Eddie.
And we have 2 other group members who couldn't come today, Lauren and Rocco. And as a team, we researched the Folsom Area Stormwater Improvement Project.
We learned about how the sewage system works and invisible careers and injustices in this field.
Hi, my name is Sulin, and my group worked on DEI, careers and infrastructure, but they're not here with me today. DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and we researched the importance of DEI in workplaces and companies such as SFO, SFPD, and SFPUC. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have 2 teams here on sewage and DEI. And then we also had a 3rd team focus on Recology, 4th team focus on PG&E, and last team focus on Muni. So thank you to the OFA team, our mentors, and all the interns for making this a great summer.
Thank you. And we'll be bringing the Google cohort to the stage now. But just to introduce our 3rd grouping of presentations, can I have the Huey P. Newton, the SF Health Equity, Sales and Marketing, and STEM and Computer Science cohort come and stand to the side over here? All right, big round of applause for yourself for staying with us. Let's lift up what Director Davis said and have folks in their seat and attentive to the folks that are presenting. Again, this is your time to present your presentations. Let's have you all attentive and listening. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever. So we're from the CSI Google cohort, and we're here to talk to you about our project. So what exactly is our project? Well, we've created an AI chatbot designed to aid users in navigating the Google Help page. For those of you unfamiliar with chatbots, they're AI-powered assistant tools that allows users to ask questions and receive immediate answers. The Google Help page contains a vast amount of information and can sometimes be overwhelming, especially when users are trying to find a specific answer. According to recent statistics, 82% of consumers consider receiving instant responses crucial when contacting companies. So our chatbot aims to provide swift and effortless assistance, enabling users to access the wealth of information on the extensive Google Help page.
Okay, so how does our chatbot work? Our chatbot is powered by Google's Dialogflow API, which takes in user queries and matches them with intents. Intents represent a user's end goal when typing a message. Each intent and sub-intent triggers a specific response based on the user's needs, like device type and question specifics.
So how do we create the chatbot? We had 2 teams on this, and we split into 2 teams, which each team utilizes different tools. And our first team is our coding team, which they use a coding language Python to code a data scraper for all the information, questions, and answers for Google products like Chrome, Gmail, Maps, etc. And all this data will be uploaded into a FAQ file format and upload it onto Dialogflow. And secondly, our second team is our manual team, which they will go into the Google Help website and manually input the information into Dialogflow using intents. So when a user asks a chatbot a question, a chatbot will determine its intent and respond appropriately.
To interact with our website, to interact with our chatbot, we created a mock-up website with the chatbot integrated into it. Our UI UX team is responsible for creating the website you see in the video. We use HTML and CSS to style the chatbot to match Google's color scheme.
So, how will it benefit Google? Well, while some users report satisfaction with current Google support systems, some sources still rank their customer support reachability at a low 1.9 out of 5 stars. This shows room to improve. Our chatbot will reduce the number of live agents and reduce calls about queries already answered on the page. As a whole, our chatbot is an immediate and interactive form of customer support, which trumps the generic search bar by providing information much more concise and relevant to the user's phrasing. Google already sees benefit in such chatbot with the launch of the Google Help Guide on the Google Ads Help page.
So our chatbot can help make exploring the Google Help page easier for existing users. On Google's end, implementing a chatbot can help reduce customer service costs by about 30%. They have answers to over 900 possible user queries, and in 2020, chatbots were the most widely used communication channels by companies, showing their ever-growing presence within today's industries. That's the end of our presentation, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you. Round of applause for Google. Thank you so much. And now we're welcoming the the Dr. Huey P. Newton Foundation cohort to the stage. Round of applause.
Hello, I'm Benji, and I'm part of the Dr. Huey P. Newton cohort. We are partners with the Dr. Huey P. Newton Foundation, and our mission is to preserve and protect the history and legacy of the Black Panther Party in Oakland. To accomplish this, we visited various historic Black Panther Party sites, including former houses of party leaders and the college campus where the movement began. This helped us understand how to preserve historical sites, such as through murals, statues, or exhibits. And for our final project, we read old Black Panther Party newspapers and found locations that could be preserved. Then we researched these places to compile a list of historical sites, the history behind them, as well as our thoughts on how they could be preserved.
So one of the historical sites that can definitely be observed and preserved took place at UC Berkeley. and this is where the Gallo Winery boycott took place. And here, two of the main leaders, Bobby Seale and Elaine Brown, advocated for and vocalized their support for the boycott. And this was a boycott because farm workers were being underpaid. And this historical event really illustrated that the Black Panther Party didn't just care about their own issues, and they really advocated for collaboration with all minorities in order to invoke change for the future. And a simple way that this can be preserved is with a simple plaque that can be put at UC Berkeley in order to educate current students and also other people who may come on campus. And a second historical site took place in Scandinavia with the Solidarity Committees for the world's people's revolutionary struggle. And this is where there was Black Panther chapters in Scandinavia, and where a bunch of Europeans saw the need to continue advocating for human rights, especially for the Black Panther Party, all the way in Europe. And it really illustrated that it wasn't just an issue for America, that it was an entire global issue, and that those with privilege needed to also do their part in invoking change. And a simple way that this can continue to be explained and educated to the current Europeans is with a virtual reality museum that can take place. It's simply just like a QR code. And in this way, people can be educated on this past event and know how they can continue supporting as well.
With that in mind, while our interns have done plenty of examples, we're not able to show them all currently at this time. So if you want to, you're free to go to the booth all the way in the back for the Huey P. Newton Foundation and check out the rest of the events that we covered for our project. I also want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Xavier Buck for making this really all possible and being very accommodating to us. So that's the end of our presentation, and thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we're bringing the SF Health Equity Cohort to the stage. And as a reminder, please do not get up to line up for lunch. If you are not tapped and called on to get lunch, please do not stand up to get lunch at this time.
Hi everyone, we're the CSI SF Health Equity Cohort, and the interns here today will be talking about their project in which they created 3 proposals in the form of a nonprofit organization that they believe will help tackle the issue of health inequity in different neighborhoods in San Francisco.
Hi, my name is Janie, and my group's nonprofit, Food for All, is a food truck that distributes food to low-income neighborhoods. We have an office located in North Beach, but since we are a food truck, we move around areas of SF. Our group originally chose to do a food bank, but since food banks are fairly common in SF, we decided to add a twist by making it into a food truck. And it's a lot more convenient to reaching a broader audience. Our nonprofit tackles health inequity by making it even more accessible to get healthy and fresh food. Our food truck idea allows us to reach a broader audience. Thank you.
Okay, my name's Norman. I'm part of Group 3, and we created the Safety Foundation for the Mission, which is an organization dedicated to providing resources for the homeless in the Mission District. The reason why we chose it is because we realized there was a large homeless problem in the Mission District due to high costs for living expenses, etc. And we needed to find ways to help the homeless in the most efficient way possible within a vision. And by creating our nonprofit, we hope to spread more awareness in our community about the problems in SF regarding health inequity and acquire health equity for every citizen in SF. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Murali, and our group's project is a business called the Happy Journey Rehab Center that aims to provide low-cost rehabilitation in the Tenderloin District for people that are struggling with substance misuse. We also provide physical therapy for anyone who is negatively affected by the side effects. We chose the Tenderloin because it had a high concentration of vulnerable populations, including those struggling with addiction. By locating a rehab center there, it can provide easier access to treatment and support for individuals in need. Happy Journey Rehab Center combats health inequity by being the low-cost resource that can help with the issue of substance misuse And with the growth of our business, we hope to offer free rehab services, consequently creating a neighborhood that is no longer thought to be contaminated and avoided. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we're bringing the sales and marketing cohort to the stage.
Okay.
All right, hi everyone, we're CSI Sales and Marketing, and today we have a marketing campaign on alternatives to smoking. Before we start, I'd like to give a huge shout out to our two fellows, Tommy and Steven, along with San Francisco State for allowing us to use their campus. Our marketing campaign's purpose is to make you guys aware about the dangers of smoking and give you guys alternatives to nicotine products. And the alternative that we came up with was chewing gum.
We used the 4 P's of marketing to figure out a product for today's presentation. The price, how much a product will cost our customer. The promotion, does our customer know about these alternatives available to them? The place, where can they find these alternatives? And the, what was it? Yeah, that's it. Our product comes in many shapes and sizes, and there's a variety of brands to choose from, making it very cost-effective for customers to get gum.
For our promotion, we chose to do a brochure because it's a convenient and interactive way to introduce our product and the problem our product is addressing. It does have its downsides though, as it is not eco-friendly and has a limited amount of space. Up on the screen, you can see the front page of our brochure, a panel that shows a quote from an anonymous person who talks about how smoking ruined their life, and a panel with contact information and additional resources to help stop smoking addictions. On the QR code to the right, we have a link to the whole brochure, which has a second page that talks about what smoking is, how it impacts your health, and methods you can use to help quit smoking, such as our product, chewing gum.
For price, Hello? For price, it's $8 to $12 per pack of cigarettes, which is $2,960 per year on average. Whereas for gum, it's 8 to 12 cents per stick, which is $525 on average. For places you can find packs of gum, you can find them in self-checkout aisles such at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, and places like supermarkets.
Our marketing message is chew your way to freedom, conquer smoking with our anti-smoking gum. And thank you everyone for listening.
All right. Thank you, sales and marketing. As we're bringing STEM up, can I have the SF Community Environmental Health cohort, the Electrical Engineering cohort, the Each One Teach One cohort, the DPA cohort come up and line up to the side? Thank you. Again, as we're bringing sales and STEM up, SF Community Health, Each One Teach One, Electrical Engineering, DPA, please line up to the side.
Hello, everyone. We are the CSI STEM and Computer Science cohort at Innovations Lab. Our project topic is STEM and Computer Science. To incorporate this topic into our project, we created a website and coded a landing page to promote donations for nonprofits. Our website is also aimed at educating people about STEM and computer science and helping people to find careers in this field. To get people to our website, we also made posts on the OFA Instagram account to direct traffic towards our website.
For our website, we picked a couple fundraisers that we thought could really help people.
On our website, we included overviews of fields within STEM and computer science, as well as descriptions of potential careers within those fields.
Since we are the computer science cohort, I decided to start a web development project. I coded the website on Glitch with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The different parts of the website include the About Us, our mission, different fundraisers such as the cybersecurity nonprofit, and the Contact Us section. The buttons are working and change color when hovered on, The buttons have working links. The website has scroll buttons coded in JavaScript, and the website has a sliding footer. I spent a total of 15 hours on the website.
From our website includes these list of fundraisers. They focus on innovation, security, and character-human necessities overall. The idea is to have our website and cohort recognized, while in turn have users know these fundraisers across the web.
To track success, we made a Google form. The Google form will track money donated from each person and which fundraiser they donated to.
Our social media contains tutorials that teach you about the different aspects of STEM/CS, job opportunities that lie within the STEM/CS career path, promotion of our website and fundraiser, and more.
Some of our tutorials include how to code a basic website and how to use some AI generators.
For example, here are 2 posts we have made, one on how to use ChatGPT and one on how to make a basic website.
So here are some additional posts that we've made. The ones you see here are the nonprofits, most of which are based here in California, making their impact on a more local scale. And ranging from cyberbullying to housing, we connect potential donors to the charities to help focus on these issues to gain their financial support. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And now we're bringing the San Francisco Community Environmental Health cohort to the stage. Round of applause for the STEM and computer science cohort. Thank you so much. And thank you all for staying with us. We appreciate your attentiveness and that you're listening to your fellow interns and fellows. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we're the CSISF Community and Environmental Health, and this summer we have explored community, environmental, mental health, and public services in San Francisco.
We wanted to create a guide about San Francisco, so we designed a flyer about the city.
Now we will be talking about places to visit in San Francisco. There are many unique places in the city that allow for community interaction and can also help with stress and mental health, as these areas may provide positive and peaceful places to relax. One of these attractions include
Golden Gate Park. People can visit different garden, lake, and museum within the park. Some top attractions in Golden Gate Park include Japanese Tea Garden, Stone Lake, and Academy of Science.
We are also sharing some San Francisco public health benefits. We have shared food access, as 1 in 4 San Franciscans can go hungry. We have shared a few on our flyer as well.
In San Francisco, there's free museum days for SF residents and students for free admission and reduce all year round.
We also have an infamous frog named Carl, which you guys have all heard. Probably all heard. It's from a reference from a 2003 film called Big Fish. And if you have been anywhere near Daly City or Ocean Beach, you should probably have seen it.
We also included some volunteering opportunities to keep the Bay's environment healthy.
Some public health services are Carbon Health Clinic, which is a free health clinic. A free health clinic with no membership needed, and LGBTQ Center, which gives free services to LGBTQ youth.
And we are the CSISF Community and Environmental Health. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. And now to the stage, we're bringing the electrical engineering cohort. Round of applause for community and environmental health.
Whenever you're finished, pass it on to the next person. That has to be 3 minutes. All right.
This is Kit PvP, a special minigame.
So in Kit PvP, you choose a kit with items and weapons, and you fight other players to the death.
The project's related to electrical engineering by two components. One, which is a command block that replicates the coding part of electrical engineering, but it can't stand by itself. It needs to be connected to redstone.
Redstone is equivalent to wiring that can carry electrical currents. Redstone gives its power from different switches and blocks. Different inputs equal different levels of power.
This is the arena where you fight. Almost everything is powered by redstone and command blocks. One challenge that we had is we accidentally deleted the world and we need to restart from scratch.
We projected to make a digital code to help people to solve electrical engineering problem.
A Discord bot is an AI-generated bot that helps users perform different tasks. We use the developer AI for API for coding this bot as well as Python. And here's a demo.
This bot relates to electrical engineering because it helps solve and compute physics equations.
We use physics equations to solve for voltage, power, and force, and these are the other physics equations.
Hello, for our project, we coded Tetris on Scratch. We created Chromix technology on YouTube for providing the starter file so we could focus on the coding part. To play, you move blocks that are falling and clear them in horizontal lines. You lose once the blocks reach the top of the screen.
This demonstrates electrical engineering by using coding through Scratch to create our own demo of the game.
When we coded Tetris, we came across a bug where once you created a line, many chunks of blocks appeared everywhere on the screen. We had to find the bug and debug it. Here's the demo.
Our project is a breadboard-based piano-like device with 6 buttons that resemble and correspond to piano keys.
It has equipment and systems which uses electricity and covers the concept of wires and energy flow, closed circuits, and understanding how to use wires.
We encountered many trials and errors while building and coding the instrument. However, we fixed them by looking through the code and debugging it, as well as looking through the breadboard to find misplaced components.
That's it. Hey, a round of applause for electrical engineering.
At least it didn't happen to us.
And now we're going to bring up the Each One Teach One partner cohort that we had a chance to partner with. So let's have Each One Teach One come on up. Round of applause for our environmental justice. We're on our second to last cohort, so everyone please stay with me. I see folks gathering and moving. Please stay with me here in the front. We're at our final 2 cohorts, so please keep engaged. Go ahead, Each One Teach One.
Hey, we are so excited to be here at the Palace of Fine Arts with all of you and Opportunities for All. I'm Sarah Cortez with Each One Teach One, and we're just going to take about 2 minutes and show you some of the cool technology that we do. So we deliver technology in support of nonprofits, and we accept all students regardless of having any background or not in coding and building websites and other things, and we teach the interns how to do it, and they do it in support of nonprofits. So I'm going to turn it over to Joanne Zhang, who was a intern 3 years ago and a team leader last year, and this year she's been our program director.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Joanne. I'm one of the Each One Teach One program directors. And today we're just going to quickly go over the program. It's like a tech-focused virtual cohort. So we give interns a lot of time to work on their projects asynchronously. And I'm going to pass it on to Leo first, because he's one of our interns today that's going to share a webpage that he made and then all the work that he put on it. So I'll pass it on to Leo.
Yeah, and Leo is one of our interns this summer. And if you can advance the slides, please, we have 2 or 3 slides showing what we do. And so Leo started this program without any background in technology, but he's built a number of websites, video games, and a number of other things. Leo, what are you most proud of that you did in the program this summer?
So what I'm most proud of is definitely my website. So I made 3 websites. I made 2 with one of those online website editors, and then 1 completely with HTML code by itself. And I think I'm most proud of that native HTML website because it took a lot of work to get running.
Leo, you did a great job. And what was your nonprofit that you supported?
I supported San Francisco Recreation and Parks.
San Francisco Rec and Park. Awesome. Thank you so much. Samson, what did you deliver this summer and what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the Figma and Envision UML diagrams. It really taught me how the background of an app really works.
So much. And again, just advance the slides. And let's pass it down. Anna, what are you most proud of that you delivered this summer?
I guess I'm most proud of the Envision, which was like the website that I used to plan out what I was going to have my nonprofit website look like.
That's awesome, right? Doing Envision is part of the design phase of building a mobile app. So she started with the program, I think, without knowing a lot of technology, and now she's building mobile applications herself. Really awesome work. And Bianca, what did you do this summer? What did you deliver, and what are you most proud of?
I delivered Google Photos. So I had to take 3 photos out in nature, and I really got to play around with like aesthetics because the photos were to support my nonprofit, which was the San Francisco Public Library, and I'm really proud of that.
San Francisco Public Library, one of the nonprofits we love, and we support them with technology. And that's it. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. Big round to each one, teach one. Round of applause. Each one, teach one. Let's have you exit the stage. And now we're going to bring up our final cohort presentation. We're going to bring up the Department of Police Accountability. Big round of applause for DPA. And big round of applause for yourself for staying present and for actively listening.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanetta Thompson. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Attorney at the Department of Police Accountability, San Francisco's police oversight agency, where we promote and encourage accountability and transparency in law enforcement. I am so proud of our 2023 OFA cohort. We represent, we are 90% underrepresented minorities. We have law students, undergraduate students, as well as recent high school graduates going into their first year of college. We have our first ever HBCU cohort that came in from Howard University and Morehouse College. And they had the fabulous summer, but they had to go back to school. And so we have our best and brightest representing OFA today. I just want to say thank you to Dr. Davis, HRC, OFA, Sarah, and Terry, because without them, this program would not be possible. This 10-week professional development program that DPA has partnered with various city agencies to promote that intersection between public and private sector and promoting public safety and social justice reform. And with that, I will leave it to you with my fabulous cohort. And I cannot forget our intern coordinator, Karen Turner from DPA, because without Karen, we would not be standing up here. So I just want to say thank you, everyone, for helping us with this program and making it a possibility. And with that, I present to you my fabulous cohort.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fabian Samaniego. I'm a senior at San Francisco State University, and I'm one of the senior interns at DPA. Today, the undergraduate interns will reflect and speak on their experiences with DPA. In addition to this, they will speak on the many activities we participated in throughout the summer, like visiting different organizations or listening to various guest speakers. We will also have law student interns present their policy proposal, which was inspired by the book Biased, written by Dr. Jennifer Eberhardt, and was the assigned reading for interns this summer. This internship experience has definitely prepared us and helped us with our professional development, and we are confident that many of the skills and knowledge we've gained this summer will be useful in our careers, no matter the paths we take. down the road. Asher will now begin introductions. Next slide.
Hi, I'm Asher. Today we have Fabian Samaniego, Maya Campbell, Aaron Fairfair Hawkins, and Michael Diamondakis and Teshi Sakani. Also in our internship, but not here present with us, is the HBCU cohort who received OFA funding and housing.
So this summer, we were all placed at the Department of Police Accountability, which is an oversight agency led by Executive Director Paul David Henderson. And the DPA investigates complaints filed against San Francisco police officers, as well as conducts audits of the police department's practices. They also propose changes to existing policy and recommend new policy to both SFPD and the Police Commission. And the DPA staff works with the intention of bettering interactions with officers and the public between them.
We are only a small part of a larger group. There are many interns from undergraduate to law students even, all across the country. We helped DPA, members in varying degrees, as well as hearing speakers from various places in the legal field.
Pursuant to our summer research and previous DPA findings, this cohort has created a policy proposal for the San Francisco Police Department pertaining to officer-witness interactions with the goal of reducing implicit bias on all sides of that issue. Currently, the SFPD does not have a comprehensive policy or a specified department general order or DGO pertaining to witness-officer interactions. The closest DGOs that the SFPD has instruct officers how to conduct themselves with certain members of the population that are not necessarily witnesses. So due to this gap in policy, this lack of a DGO, the DPA has received numerous complaints from citizens about how the SFPD is interacting with witnesses. These complaints include witnesses waiting far too long to be interviewed, a lack of a visitor logbook which prioritizes witnesses and shows how long they've been waiting to give a statement, and even a witness will be called in, held for a while, and then dismissed when an officer concludes, at times arbitrarily, that there's not enough evidence from the statement to be justified this person being interviewed. It's just created a really large disconnect between the people of San Francisco and the officers. So we believe that a comprehensive DGO and a new comprehensive policy will close that gap and also work to reduce implicit bias on all sides of the issue.
We suggest that the San Francisco Police Department implement the following recommendations on procedural regulations and outreach and education. For procedural regulations, we recommend two approaches to improving SFPD's procedures surrounding officer-witness interactions. The first being through perpetrator profiling, and the second being through eyewitness identification procedures. An alternative to racial descriptors given during an eyewitness report is the universal color complexion chart. This chart would consist of varying skin tones covering the spectrum of human coloring. This color spectrum will combat the single race category, which can be and often is easily over-relied upon by law enforcement. The current use of racial descriptors fuels inaccuracy in witness statements because it favors the stereotypes that are the product of the black and white racial dichotomy, presuming the black individuals as perpetrators. Next, we recommend implementing eyewitness identification procedures. First, the pre-administration instruction would limit misidentifications during eyewitness ID procedures by instructing the witness that the suspect may not be present in the lineup, and informing them that "I don't know" is an appropriate response. Second, sequential lineups rather than simultaneous lineups show a decrease in false identifications without compromising identification rates. Simultaneous lineups allow the eyewitness to compare individuals to each other, while sequential lineups allow eyewitnesses to compare individuals to their own description of the suspect. Lastly, conducting immediate confidence statements to assess a witness's confidence in their ID has demonstrated a decrease in the occurrences of misidentifications. For outreach and education, to further mitigate implicit bias through community policing, SFPD could implement community awareness campaigns for reporting suspects or suspicious activity. This can look like 1, training for officers to ask a standardized list of questions to elicit witness responses about specific characteristics of suspects or suspicious activity. The second being combining officer community outreach to educate the public on describing suspects or suspicious behavior, what to look for, and how to describe it. This can be accomplished through descriptor training. SFPD could educate the community on adjectives that can be used to describe observable features, numerical scales to gauge skin tones, visual comparisons to accurately estimate size, height, and weight. A simple way to decimate the information is through a web page, similar to what the Chicago Police Department uses. They have a website called How to Describe a Suspect. In addition to basic info like sex, race, age, height, weight, and build, they also emphasize specific facial features or peculiarities. These are just some low-effort, high-impact ways we came up with to mitigate implicit bias and increase witness accuracy and suspect identification. Thank you for your time and attention, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation.
Yay! Thank you so much, DPA. Again, round of applause for all of the cohorts who presented today. Big, big, big round of applause.
All right. I think that's what it takes to get you all to be quiet and listen for another 3 minutes. Thank you so much. Everyone give yourselves a round of applause. For those who don't know me, my name is Sarah Williams. I'm the Acting Program Director for Opportunities for All. We have enjoyed having you this summer. That was our last stage presentation. If you are tabling, please join your table. If you have presented and you are not tabling, fellows, please head to the back of the room. Nicole will meet you there for your swag distribution. If you have not already gotten lunch, go ahead and line up for lunch. If you have gotten lunch, please go ahead and enjoy what you have. Don't get another one. Thank you so much for another amazing summer. We look forward to having you again next year. Bye-bye.
Everyone, before you go, and some of you are seeing me